got nailed inside a couple of times, hard on the back of the head, AJ did, and you could see he was dying to be let out the cage, and he's a different mentality now. A loss makes some people. He's experienced everything boxing can throw at you now. He's been a champion, he's been a challenger, he's defeated the man who defeated him. I can't think of another scenario I can put him in, Coogan, that he hasn't experienced now, and he's experienced all of this in what, 23, 24 fights? He's a unified heavyweight champion, and you know what, I'm going to say it now, I'm going to go out there and say it. He's the best heavyweight in the world again. He's the best heavyweight in the world again. I don't care what anyone says, because they're going to say it.
But it's hats off to him, you know. You can't make no mistake here. Tyson Fury is technically the best heavyweight on the planet by a country mile. He's the best boxer of them all.
And you know what? I'm going to say it now. I'm going to go out there and say it. He's the best heavyweight in the world again. He's the best heavyweight in the world again.
Who do you rate as the #1 heavyweight on the planet at the moment?
Right now,
Yes.
Tyson Fury. And you know what? I'm going to say it now. I'm going to go out there and say it. He's the best heavyweight in the world again. He's the best heavyweight in the world again.
Can you see where Johnny's? He's 1,000%.
What did he say?
1,000% convinced that Joshua will win this rematch.
You can make a case for both fighters.
You can't say 1,000% he's going to win. He's
1,000% doesn't really exist. It's percent means per 100.
All right, okay. But are you got that much levels of optimism?
After what I witnessed in New York, I'm no longer confident on anything I predict.
Easy fight, regardless.
I just don't know. I don't yet see how. So the only way I can genuinely see how the win becomes clear is if he adapts the way that he fought Joseph Parker. He adapts that long stay away style, but then Ruiz doesn't allow that because Ruiz punches when you punch.
Tony the Bellend Bellew strikes again in true form. It's very interesting because when I did some of these videos, people criticised me saying, "Oh, YB, he's not a turncoat. He's not a turncoat. He's not a bellend. He loved AJ. Tony Bellew loves AJ." Listen, them videos I've played there, them clips I've played there, it's not a man. And you got to bear in mind as well, I don't even know AJ from Adam. Yeah, Tony Bellew allegedly or visibly spends time with AJ, and some of his responses over the last 6 months have just been shocking in my opinion. If you've got a true friend, if he's really your brother, yeah, I back my brother against anyone, or I back my brother 100%. Coogan asks this man, Johnny Nelson is 1,000% sure AJ's gonna win. Are you 1,000% sure? Oh, I'm not sure of anything anymore since June 1st. Oh, I don't know. You can't be 1,000% sure. All this goofy kind of business. Tyson, oh yeah, there's no doubt. Tyson, good day. Oh, from Liverpool. I'm from Liverpool. Tyson Fury's the best boxer. Can't do the accent, but listen. Tyson Fury's the best boxer. Oh, no doubt. 1,000,000% Fury's the best boxer. Tyson Fury. Even though Tyson Fury went 50-50 with Otto Wallin. Even though Fury got in there with Wilder and was sparked out. And you want to talk about best boxer? What has Fury done to earn that? And this is what I don't understand. I just don't get it. AJ, by the way, by losing to Ruiz, in my opinion, still proves he's better than Fury and Wilder. Because in that loss, when you're fighting the best day in, day out, sometimes you take a loss. It's not about this. Is the problem. The culture, the mentality. People like Tony Bellend, they'd clearly, obviously, they rather you fight people like Schwartz and Wallin every day. Because listen, Tyson Fury has fought Pianetta, Wallin, Schwartz. That's all he's done in the last 5 years. Fought a whole load of bums and had a draw with Wilder. Yeah? But of all the fights he's had, 90% of them have been bums. So you can, wait there a minute. You can fight bums all your fights, take no risk, and still be claimed the best boxer in the world. Meanwhile, AJ's actually taking risks, fighting the best day in, day out, and he happens to have a bad day and lose, which is what happens when you... trust me, if AJ had been in there with Schwartz or Wallin, there wouldn't have been no shock loss. But he actually goes out there and tries to fight the best to provide entertainment. But you almost get, in this day and age, it's almost like the Mayweather curse. You almost get... You get downgraded for fighting good people. You're much better off fighting old men like Ortiz, people who you know you can knock out, because you've literally knocked them out before, than you are fighting new people who are more risky, because you don't get no accolades for it. You're better off knocking... The worst thing is, Fury isn't even knocking over the bumps. He's going life and death with them. But still, in Tony Bellew's mind, it's worth more to go life and death with a bum than it is to school Ruiz, as we've just seen. Anyway, cutting to today's video. So, I couldn't believe it, you know. After all these last 6 months, all that's come out of Tony Turncoat's mouth has been, oh yeah, Fury is just so good. He's so technically good. He's the best heavyweight by a country mile. And that, he was saying the same things about AJ before June 1st. He was saying, oh, AJ will beat Fury and Wilder in the same night. And I thought, you know what? Initially, before June 1st, I thought, you know what? Tony Bellew's a real one. He's a real Don. And then after June 1st, he hopped off the bandwagon, jumped onto Fury's bandwagon, ranting and raved about Fury. Now AJ's won again. This man's got no shame. I honestly thought, yeah, Bellew would come out and say, you know what, guys, I was wrong. Let me put my hands in the air. This man's the business. Instead, as you saw in his reaction there, rather than coming out and admitting he had no faith in AJ, I played you the clips there. You hear them. You hear the clips. He had no faith. Yeah. He said he believed he can't see how AJ can win. Oh, I just can't see how AJ can win at the moment. I can't see it. Oh, I can't see how AJ can win. Oh, yeah. Oh, all this kind of business. Oh, I'm not sure. I can't be 1,000% sure. I can't be sure of anything anymore after June 1st. He had no confidence. And when you have no confidence in someone and they come through, you've got to put your hands in the air, right in the air, and say, listen, AJ. Yeah, I've been backing Fury. I didn't think you could do it. I didn't know how you could do it. I didn't have no confidence in you, but you've come through. Fair play to you. And that's what he should have done. Instead, he comes out on the interview and starts acting as if he knew it all along. Oh, yeah, I told AJ's mindset. Oh, AJ this, AJ that. Oh, AJ, yeah, you see, oh, he was a menace. He was menacing in there. Oh, yeah, AJ. Oh, yeah, all this kind of business. All this goofy stuff. Oh, yeah, you know AJ's the best in the world. Now I'm going to say it. The way he said it is if... Oh, he's the best in the world. I told you. Yes, it came across as if he was like, oh, I told you so. Yeah, I told you AJ was the best in the world. What? You was the one saying you was the one ranting and raving about Fury, and this goes to show how fickle he is. In Tony Bellew's mind, you can go from being the best to not the best in one fight. That's not how it works. If you're the best fighter, you're the best fighter. You can't go from being the best to not the best in one fight, in my opinion. You're either that caliber or you're not. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, what makes it worse, in my opinion, is it's not as if we're in an era where, oh, you know, well, you look at Wilder's fighting. Wilder's just knocked out Dillian White, and Fury's just knocked out this guy, and Wilder's been fighting. You know what I mean? It's not like we're in an era where there's genuine competition for AJ, meaning that, like, it's not as if we're in an era where other top fighters are actually fighting people that are worth something. As an example, let's say Fury was genuinely going out there and testing himself every day. I wouldn't really be doing this video because I'd be saying, you know what, Tony Bellew, you got a fair point there. Because whilst AJ did take a loss, and whilst AJ took a loss, Fury's been out there testing himself, fighting the best, and he's won all of his fights. So I can see how you come to that conclusion, because Fury hasn't lost yet, and he's been fighting the best, and AJ has. I'd sit down and say, you know, that's a fair point. But you got to be realistic here. You can't sit down and fight no one, a whole load of bums, and somehow, how do you know you're the best? How can you say Fury's the best boxer? Based on what? Going life and death with Wallin? Knocking out, not even knock out, making a quitter quit in shorts? Is that how you really get determined as the best ever? Or sorry, the best in the division? I'm sorry, I just don't buy it, man. Especially when, as an example, I said it before, but Tony Bellew, when he was active, he was hunting down Fury. He wanted loads of Fury. He wanted him badly. He didn't want none of AJ. He didn't want none of Wilder. That's what he didn't want. So I'm thinking, wait there. So Fury is the best boxer, but why? So why would you want to box the best for? That doesn't make no sense. If Fury was that good, you wouldn't want to box him. You'd want to box the easy fight, wouldn't you? So that there in itself tells you what you need to know. The fact that Bellew didn't want no parts of Fury or Wilder or AJ tells you who really is the best. You was all over Fury. You wanted loads of parts of him. You thought you could beat him. So that's how good you thought he was. Obviously not good enough. But anyway, Tony Bellew, I really hope that AJ I don't know, he'll do what he wants, but I really hope that he sees this man's a fake, man. He's a true fake. Because I think to myself, I don't even know AJ yet, but I can sit here, or I have sat here for the last 6 months and backed him all the way through it, meaning that at no point in this last 6 months could someone have come to me and I told them, I'm sorry, Fury's the best heavyweight. Based on what? Based on what? How would you work that one out? See, like I said, I wouldn't be knocking. If there was genuine, if I could see the logic behind it, I'd get it. He's done nothing. He fought Wilder a year ago and he went life and death with him. got put flat on his back twice. Arguably knocked Spark out. How does that make you the best heavyweight? Please explain. Especially when that was Fury's best performance, meaning that Fury didn't look bad in that performance. AJ looked awful. He didn't look right in there. And you have to discount these factors. If AJ was in there on an average day and he got beat, that's one thing. He just didn't look himself in there. And he's kind of admitted now there was something plaguing him. But either way, that's here not there. As of putting all that stuff to a side, that's meant to be your boy. That's meant to be your brother. As an example, Tony Bellew is friends with David Price. David Price is a plumber. However, when David Price goes in the ring with anyone, even when the odds are 10 to 1 against, 10 to 1 against, 10 to 1 against David Price, Tony Bellew will never come out and say, oh, he's going to lose this fight. He'll always say, oh, he's got a great chance. Yeah, Dave can do it. He'll always be on the positive side of things. Does that make sense? And that's what a true person, I honestly believe, Tony Bellew and David Price, that's someone who Tony Bellew actually does view as a brother. Because you'll never see, even though David Price has no chance of winning, Tony Bellew will never come out and say that. He'll never sit on the fence. He'll always say, yeah, David Price is always on the optimistic side. Yeah, if David Price does the game plan, he'll be able to pull it off. See what I mean? See the difference there? Whereas AJ is sitting there saying, oh, I don't know, I can't see how he's going to beat Ruiz, I just can't see it. Ruiz punches with you, oh, this kind of stuff, oh, Fury's the best. That's an example. When Fury and David Price are meant to fight, Tony Bellew was backing Price all the way. In fact, I'm pretty sure Tony Bellew was the man who said that David Price will be the Klitschko slayer or something like that. Or David Price is as good as Klitschko or will beat Klitschko. I'm sure he said something like that. That just goes to show that Mr. David Chinless Price, Tony Bellew back to the hilt, but AJ has one loss and your boy can't see how he can win. Your boy all of a sudden goes from being the best thing since sliced bread to, oh, I'm sorry, Fury's the best now. Oh, it's got to be Fury. Oh, it's Fury right now. That there to me is fake. I don't care what no one says, it's fake. And to add insult to injury, AJ beating Ruiz, yeah, Tony Bellew could have had some class. He could have said, yeah, that was a good win by AJ, but I'm sorry, I've still got Fury nicking it because Fury hasn't lost yet, or something like that. But the fact that he's gone from riding AJ hard to riding Fury hard, and now within 6 months you're back to AJ again. There's a fango. There's a flip flopper, a turncoat. People like to be the best in the world. That doesn't change in 6 months. You can't go from the best, not the best. That just goes to show you like a glory hunter. When you thought it was AJ, you was with AJ. When you thought it doesn't work. You can't go. That's not how it works. The best is the best. Like an example, people think Ali's the best. People don't flip-flop all over the place. Oh, 1 minute it's this guy, 1 minute it's that guy, all over the gaff. That there is a flip-flop or a turncoat. He's going wherever he thinks the candle's lit. That's where Bellew's going. Whatever horse he thinks he can back, that's where he's going. Oh, AJ's in fashion now. I'll go back to AJ. It's embarrassing. Pick a dog and stick with it. Otherwise, you don't have to do it. We all know what Bellend is. Bellend's obviously just a fake dude, man. It's fake all over.